Hello everyone, Forgotten here guys. As a lot of you have requested me to make another tier list, I have decided to do so. So I have not made a tier list for a while because as you guys suggested, I started making tier lists pretty much only every 2 styles now, because adding a tier list and you want every single time a style drops would be pretty much irrelevant. So today, after a couple of styles have been added and a lot of things have changed, buffs, nerfs, I have decided to make another tier list. So let's get right into that, guys. Real quick though, before the video, please do subscribe. I'm trying to get to 5k by the end of the year. Please, I will send you feet. So first and foremost, we have basics, or like rebellion and being good at the game and stuff, whatever not. So yeah, I guess I'd say basic is C tier, not gonna lie. Basic is just basic. It doesn't really get any more simple or different than that. Just basic is pretty much always basic, and there's nothing that really changes about that. Next up, we have corkscrew. Now corkscrew is a very interesting style in my opinion, because I feel like corkscrew gets stronger and stronger with every update, and no matter what they do, they never really nerf it, they never really touch it, they never really change it. All that happens is it just feels better and better each time, and it feels like a very smooth style to use, and overall it's just really great. I gotta admit, I honestly really like corkscrew. I'd say B tier. Only reason why it's not A tier is because it will get whooped by some styles that are gonna be in this category later on, so that's the only reason why. But other than that, it should pretty much be able to handle anything below over here. Next up, we have counter. Counter is honestly A tier. I'd usually always put counter in S tier because counter is honestly an amazing style, but since they have definitely changed the counter damage formula, and now counters don't like shred as much HP as they used to do, I mean, it still does a lot of damage, but it's just not as effective. And especially against styles like Iron Fist, which pretty much take less counter damage, counter kind of becomes way less relevant. So next up, we have Ghost. Ghost is honestly beautiful right now. I'd say S tier. A lot of people used to disagree with Ghost being S tier, but honestly I think a lot of people have come to understand that Ghost actually is amazing right now. So it's a nice style, it's very well balanced, very nicely mixed style, and very powerful overall. I have really no complaints. Ghost is pretty much perfect right now. Not too broken, not weak at all. Literally insane style if you use it properly. It just requires a bit of skill now. So honestly, amazing style, S tier. Next up, we have Henslow. So a lot of people have wanted Henslow to become meta for some reason, but Henslow just can't really do that. Honestly, I'm gonna have to be dead set honest with you guys. Henslow, I would usually put it in C tier, but you know, we're gonna be nice. And I have played it. I gotta say, if you play very passively, you can't get used to it and can't get very good with it. So I guess that's that. So overall, I don't really have a lot to say. Very low base M1 damage, very slow M2. The only reason why this style is in B tier, not C tier, is because of the dashes that it has. So that's really that. Next up, we have Hawk. Now Hawk is a very confusing one. Usually Hawk would always go into S tier with no questions, but with the addition of Freedom, we have to really think about this, because Freedom can literally do what Hawk can do, but even better and more effectively. So I'd say that kind of knocks Hawk down to top of A tier, not gonna lie. Now, as I explained, Freedom style basically does way back better, but it also has faster side dashes, and overall with Freedom you can change modes and you can dash backwards if you need to. So I'd say Hawk is definitely kind of at a disadvantage right now, so I'd say it has to be A tier. But regardless of that, still very good style. Next up, we have Hitman. Now listen guys. Hitman definitely has a bit of a brutally broken range. Nowadays it feels like it's kind of more manageable dealing with Hitman users if you know what you're doing. So I'm gonna put them in A tier. I'm gonna put them below counter, because let me explain myself. I have witnessed it multiple times. A counter main beating Hitman. It's nothing new, it's nothing really special. When I think about it, counter should go above Hawk as well, because you know, it's very hard for Hawk to beat Hitman. However, it's very much possible if you know how to dodge properly, and yeah, I mean, it's just probabilities really. Actually, let me change my opinion. I will put Hitman above Hawk, because Hitman, you can perfect dodge Hitman and once with Hawk, but you know, it's really hard to time and all of that. However, counter can shred both Hitman and Hawk and everything below here, so I think this is a better look for the tier list. Next up, we have Epo. Look, personally, I dislike Epo users. They're very passive and annoying, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Epo is A tier, honestly. That ult carries so hard. The M1s are nice and fast. The M2s are nice and fast. The dashes are strong. I think Epo is just overall a very versatile style, and I think it's a real shame that most people use Epo passively, and I think if we could change that, we could slander Epo way less in the slander video. So that's that. Next up, we have Kimura. Kimura has been D tier, but I I honestly think it's gonna be above basic at this point. I'm gonna actually put it above hands low, and here's why. So Kimura buff is still kind of ass, and it's really hard to notice. However, it is noticeable, and you can actually see the slow buff now, and it's actually applicable to your opponent. And overall, if you apply a couple of hits on Hitman and stuff like that, it becomes really easy to knock them down. So Kimura is like a very good style to counter Hitman with, and overall some other styles like hands low. I'm not going to lie, I really like Kimura currently. I just wish they made slow a bit more effective, and definitely we could put Kimura in A tier if they did that. Next up we have Longard. I don't really know. Longard, honestly, I think Longard is very good. We all know that Longard's good. We'll put Longard above Epo in A tier. Only problem with Longard is if somebody has good ping, they can perfect dodge pretty much every single M1 and M2 that a Longard main throws. So it's really tricky to use it unless you have like perfect ping. But other than that, I mean, it's a solid style. Good damage, amazing M2 is really, and the ultimate's just, you know, it's a classic of all. So yeah, honestly, A tier, not gonna lie. That has to be A tier. Next up on our list, we have Slugger style. Now this is a very mixed in my opinion, because Slugger could also be put in B tier, but it could also be put in S tier. Now here's my reasoning as for why. So Slugger can be so insanely broken against most of these styles, right? But it can also struggle against all of these styles, especially against counter. If you counter their M2 while it's charging up and stuff like that, if Ghost can use the ability to counter your move. Overall, I feel like Slugger definitely, you know, kind of got knocked off lately, but I feel like people can still destroy people with Slugger. And Slugger would work really well against styles like, you know, like Freedom, Shotgun, yada yada. So overall, I think I'm gonna put Slugger. I think I'll put Slugger, honestly, just below Hitman and above Hawk. So yeah, it's above Hawk because it can easily destroy Hawk mains, and it's below Hitman because Hitman mains can really counter the Slugger with the M1, so, and the reach as well. So it's really hard to beat Hitman users with anything really. But yeah, counter pretty much munches on all of these styles in this like A tier section. Next up we have Smash. Now Smash, I love Smash, honestly. It's just, I think the Wally Smash, the Freedom style Smash, is way better than the actual Smash style. So I'm not gonna lie, I think Freedom has a better Smash M2 than Smash itself. However, I am pretty confident that Smash will be getting a rework, and yes, it will be a legendary Smash style. Next up we have Trickster style. Now Trickster used to be good, and Trickster used to be OP because of the dodges, but now when they nerfed like dodging a lot, Trickster is just kind of like C tier, not gonna lie, even below basic, because the only thing that Trickster mains relied on is like the boing sound effect followed with a funny little dodge. Nothing wrong with that, it's just kind of how it is. Hate to break it to y'all. Next up we have Wolf style on the list. Now hear me out, Wolf is literally one of the best styles in the game right now. I'm gonna be dead honest with you all. Wolf M2s are insane. They are a bit low in the damage though, I'm not gonna lie, and for that reason I'm gonna put Wolf below counter style. However, it doesn't change that Wolves have like an insanely fast M2 that's really hard to time nowadays, and yeah, they just combo and combo and combo and combo. It's honestly insane, not gonna lie. Next up we have Bullet style. Now Bullet for me is gonna be top of B tier. Here's why. So I don't know if you know, but Bullet's like really good in the M1 regard. Pretty much it is. It really is good at the M1s. The problem with the Bullet is that if you miss a singular M2, you will get countered, you will get beaten into oblivion. So the only weapon that Bullet really has is a Black Flash, fucking awful AliExpress. And if you miss that, you're pretty much over. So for that reason, I will put Bullet in A tier if it had like faster, more usable M2s. But other than that, I would have to say B tier. Next up we have Iron Fist. Iron Fist, in my opinion, S tier style, right? There's no doubt in my mind about this one. Iron Fist, people don't like it for some reason. Personally, I love Iron Fist. I think it's a perfect aggressive style. If you're trying to beat up passive people and beat them into oblivion with your insane M2s and your ultimate at the end, Iron Fist is perfect. Next up we have Turtle style. Now Turtle style, honestly, I'ma have to put Turtle in B tier, just below hands though, not gonna lie. Turtle has the potential to definitely be bottom of A tier if used correctly, but the problem is that literally nobody except for a few people that I've seen have actually used Turtle properly. Other than that though, Turtle is pretty goddamn insane. It has a lot of block and insanely strong M2s than M1. So overall, the only con about Turtle is really the slow dashes and the fact that you can only dash once. Next up we have Shotgun. Now Shotgun, in my opinion, is gonna have to be B tier, just above hands low, and here's why. I don't know why people keep trying to validate validate, like, just keep trying to validate Shotgun for some reason. But guys, Shotgun is hot shit. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Shotgun is literally ass. But the ability is so useless and so easy to predict, it just becomes insane, not gonna lie. So I personally don't like it. It has a low damage output. And overall, I have to say, definitely Shotgun is somewhere around B tier. And finally, the last style on the list, we have Freedom style. Now, this is the style that a lot of people are very judgmental about. Some people say it's horrendous and trash. Some people say it's absolutely broken. Personally, I agree with the people that say it's broken. And here is my decision on where I'll put it. This is probably going to offend a lot of people in the comments. And I can already see that a lot of you are gonna be arguing against my point. However, I don't really agree with you guys. So not only are you extremely versatile, you do a lot. Your damage is kind of low, right? But depending on what you use, if you use Smash, you're literally broken. I don't know what to tell you guys. It's pretty much fucking insane how strong this style is. So yeah guys, that's pretty much that, and I'm gonna have to make my decision now. I think Freedom is just below Iron Fist, not gonna lie. The only reason why I put it below Iron Fist is because Iron Fist literally cracks every other style skull open. Right everyone, thank you for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Is this tier list valid? Do you agree? What would you like to change? Let me know, and yeah, subscribe. Mwah.